して忘れはしない。あなたがそばにいれば。今ここで待っているもの、ここで感じているもの、この景色、あなたへの想い、私が全部受け止めてあげるから。朝も夜も夏も冬も闇も光も闇
Good everybody. Welcome back to Burst of 5, our GGXrd First of 5 exhibitions. Joining me today on commentary is Daisy and Yucker, my favorite duo. How are we doing today?
Hi. I'm pretty good. I'm a little bit like sniffly, stuffy, sort of sniffling, but I'm excited. I feel like I haven't been on a Burst of 5 in a while, so it's gonna be fun to get into some of the longer sets and see people go back and forth the fighting.
Okay.
Ja, goedenavond iedereen. Welkom bij Burst tot 5. Ik ben Jurk natuurlijk, wordt gejoind door Hartzeer Daisy. Dus fijn om weer aan de microfoon te zijn om over alles GGXrd weer te praten. En ja, net zoals Daisy zei, weer fijn om aan de langere sets te zitten. Het is een momentje geleden sinds ik überhaupt op de commentary zat voor alle dingen Rookie Roman Council. Vooral de regular events, maar echt fijn om weer terug te zijn.
Hell yeah, man, me too.
Today's card is Afraid Cats versus Trigger, Vexatious Idler versus Try to Complete, Hyacinth versus Fun Online's very own Bea Mark II in the Cublé Mark II, Zri versus Flowstate, Marks the Dragon versus Tatse, and Crisis Core versus the Captain. Let's play the game. The dogs are still here. Fuck.
The what?
The
dogs are still on the stream.
Oh, nice.
You know what? They can
dogs
stay.
Dogs are still here.
Alright, they can fucking stay. I don't...
What's the dog doing? So true. Alrighty. So yeah, up first I see we got Afraid Cats versus Trigger. Trigger is a new name to me, so I'm unless it's been a person that name swapped, because I do believe there was an Ino player floating around. So maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but nevertheless, right? Ino versus Mei is it's an interesting one. I feel like it can be a bit of a disaster for Ino because Mei just likes to jump in there, swing that anchor, and with the movement constantly putting you in the air anyways, you might accidentally go head first into one of her better starters. So it's gonna be a game of getting that first hit and then just never letting Mei leave your knockdown situations.
Yeah, usually a lot of like the thing about Mei is she's got like a really good vertical jump as well. So if the Mei if Trigger doesn't keep the stuff meaty, we might end up seeing Mei's just kind of leaving the scene. But I agree with you that I think it's going to be about neutral and getting that knockdown.
Yeah, most certainly. And you can really kind of see that on the side from Trigger here as a couple hits, and then with the life lead that he has, you can already see he takes a more defensive stance, just waiting at a distance and picking his moments to approach, no longer having to really force that way in that you would normally expect on a start. Ooh, a little reset action there. No pickup though from the command grab.
Wow, very heroic burst by Afraid Cats also. Tried the 3K, actually got it! So many active frames! Didn't I see it, but...
Nice.
And Trigger gets the first round. Yeah, good stuff. Didn't even need to use the meter. Just good buttons.
I think that might have kind of blown up Afraid's Cats' brain a little bit there, seeing an Ino player's played so slow here. Already like this situation, now there's a knockdown, so we see the chase down, but in a sort of variable neutral situation, you're just backing away, picking another moment to come in. No need to really overextend constantly.
Yeah, it's funny too because like just talking about like familiar names, like don't really recognize either of these players, but clearly have a little bit of experience with it. Oh, Trigger gets opened with the JD and closes the first game out.
Yeah, Afraid Cats. I feel like I've seen this name before. Don't know if I entirely recall it from GGXrd specifically, but the name isn't unfamiliar.
Yeah, that's fair. They were saying they play a bit of Plus R and the getting the pre-show ready, but oh wow, 3K working out so far.
Do it again. All right, Dolphin, unfortunately not gonna get a pick up there, and that's gonna be the challenge out there by Trigger, but it doesn't stop Afraid Cats from pressing some of the bigger buttons just like that. However, not gonna get any too many conversions going.
Nice block on the JD that time. He has the corner combo there, but tried the reset again with the sterilize. We Trigger kind of going for the cheeky stuff instead of those IED combos, but has the corner loop right here. I like the fadeaway game here, like going for the note, making it more annoying for Afraid Cats to like have to get in now.
Yeah, especially
And Afraid Cats again with the Hero Burst.
Yeah, especially because we mentioned earlier that Mei has a very interesting jump arc where a lot of her horizontal movement is going to be made up for by Dolphin. So just by putting the note out there in that space, it's just like, yeah, try using your Mei movement now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, wow, round start IB on the 3K by Trigger. But Afraid Cat's getting the throw out here. Both players just kind of swinging in the empty space around each other. Trigger getting the knockdown though. A little bit of a hit.
Ooh.
Not a lot of, like, even when the combos aren't too long, Trigger's just getting a lot more hits than Afraid Cats is able to right now.
Yeah, it's a really interesting phenomenon because it could easily go the way of Afraid Cats is normal, just constantly working out. But no, as you said, it just happens to be that Trigger seems to be getting a lot more hits. I just need to find that that last one here to close out game number 2. And it's gonna be the dive kick of all things. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the backwards dive. Like Afraid Cat's got the cross up and then Trigger's just ready. That was so crazy. Yeah, it's kind of surprising. This matchup, I feel like I would expect Mei to be the person I worry about getting like the stray hits into big damage, but Afraid Cat's kind of showing, not really showing a lot of solid connections at this point. Trigger getting in with the Eno JH. The knockdown here, a little more Oki. Nice 5P to stop it though.
Yeah, I think Afraid Cat's kind of gotten this point of seeing that some of these interactions aren't really going his way, so it's time to just press, ball out a little bit, see, because the worst that can happen is you're already taking a lot of damage in these scramble situations. Might as well try to challenge back. Oh my goodness.
Eno 6P, it's so good! Afraid Cats with another bad burst though. Afraid Cats is doing a lot of these like last minute bursts at the very end of the round. That was a particularly unfortunate one just because of the distance, but oh my god, the gold burst to get through the 3K. We're seeing all kinds of creativity stuff right now.
Yeah, ooh. Yeah, constantly teching and swinging, wants to make sure to keep Afraid Cat locked in his corner, does get the dash overhead. And now we're gonna, unfortunately drops the dive kick, but does get the back throw going. We're gonna be a quick little punish there from the side of Afraid Cats, but that swings back into the favor of Trigger, who is now looking to close things out, making it a 3-0 so far.
Yeah, very simple, straightforward Eno gameplay. Getting the knockdowns and then also, like we were saying before, like taking that step back and being like, I don't need to be up against you. Like Mei buttons are kind of good if she touches you, but playing the keep away game with that note. Getting the 6P on the backdash there. Didn't have a full combo, but good position for Trigger once again here.
Yeah, something that I've seen kind of been lacking from both sides is the usage of meter. Like they both end rounds at just full sticks of butter, so they haven't really found a way to utilize, well, mainly YRC really to just try and force things. But the dive kick, unfortunately, going to be end up putting Trigger into the corner himself, and you can just see Afraid Cat's absolutely swinging just to make sure to keep him locked in here.
Yeah, Afraid Cat's going back to the well on that 3K as well. Got a hit, but couldn't. It's one of those moves you gotta like get the 3K into the RC, I think, and then get like big damage off of that on one of those touches.
Yeah.
Trigger's stealing that round with the super. Like you talked about, use that meter and got away with it. Good position now.
Yeah, especially Ino's supers, right? Like, it might have been... I was curious to see if Afraid Cats would block it and then what he would do afterwards, because it's a bit of a knowledge check to know that it's a plus on block super.
Right. Little touch on the backdash here. Afraid Cat's in a tight position, and Trigger with the auto throw JH dive. Going up 4-0 now.
See, the thing that's funny is, like, okay, air throws normally on Ino, not hype. But doing it to throw out a burst, you know, slight hype.
Yeah, you just gotta... Sometimes the hype is built into the character.
But if it's always there, is it hype in the end?
I think it is.
It's like what Syndrome once said, if everyone's super, then no one is.
Yeah, I mean, at that point it turns from hype into a knowledge check. Like,
That's
you just
true.
gotta know not to burst there. But then when you do burst there, everyone can be like, wow, that's crazy!
True, fair enough. Oh,
Trigger keeping the
snatch.
position here. Yeah, great air throw, and the JD mix-up. Trigger looking to make this a 5-0. Very quick order.
Backing away, looking to get the stroke going, but beaten out by the ultra low profile 3K there. Sending Mei full screen, letting the note do a little bit of the work, and there's the air dash. JK coming in hot. Trigger already off to a great start here to finish off things nice and quick, making it a 5-0. Already has Afraid Cats trapped in the corner, looking for that overhead kiss, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes a super, does it tag? No, from behind, but, you know, if it's plus, it means it can be recovered quite safely.
Yeah. And Trigger's starting to break out these air dash combos as well. Nice burst by Afraid Cats, getting out at the very last moment, has 75 meter to work with. One good hit into an RC could be a very strong corner position. Just needs to get, you know, trapped here, but Trigger gets the dash combo and closes it out. I don't even know if Trigger needed to use the burst there. That was just a 5-0, just very solid potential. It's
most certainly.
good stuff.
I think it's just unfortunate for Afraid Cats' side that there was a clear skill difference here, because Cats didn't really know what to make of out of situations, right? Like we saw some hectic button presses, just be like, okay, let's get anything to stick, right? Throw spaghetti at a wall, see what lands. And
yeah,
you know, you get some nice straight hits, and Mei is definitely a nice character for that game plan, right? Especially if you're swinging with these big, heavy normals in the air and such, and especially getting counter hits. But no, to an opponent that understands a little bit more, and especially how to convert their hits into some more damage, and therefore Oki to deny you the ability to play hectically, it's going to be a tricky one.
Yeah. No, it's very, yeah, there's just kind of like, it's hard to tell because we do try to like match these exhibitions up sort of evenly, but you know, sometimes someone just has the combo routing and the other person doesn't, right? So, but Mei combos are like, once you get those down, you're taking like 60% off the Oki characters, so something to work on. But that was a good set. And moving right along to Vexatious Idler versus Try to Complete.
Yeah, you're talking about Oki characters. Here are two premier Oki characters here, especially Ramlethal, right? I think singularly defined by her Oki potential, as her neutral leaves a lot to be desired. But once she gets that one touch and puts you in the corner, oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see Try to Complete getting the strong corner start right here. He gets the overhead and starting to show it off, but Vexatious says no, don't show it off just yet. Gets the burst out. Yeah, so far Try to Complete just getting some good hits here. Vex looking a little bit stuck on the defensive options. Try to Complete getting in with the command throw too. Has the corner carry. 50 meter here in the 5D. This is probably going to be a very easy kill. No, actually just lets the meter go.
I mean, I respect it, right? Like, Try to Complete was looking for the Guts Crush route, because I don't think there was going to be anything that comes after just a bunch of 5Ps being pressed from Ramlethal to finish off the job, but nevertheless, gets the last stray hit required from the sword special itself. And now just trying to navigate around some of these dizzy projectiles, looking for that opportunity to land that hit to start things off just like that. But I'm going to see the burst out there from Vex to dissuade Try to Complete, but still, tagged from the air, slight life disadvantage, and all that effort to put yourself in the corner. Here comes the overhead.
Welcome to the Oki zone. Yeah, we saw Vex very briefly kind of like trying to play that keep away game with the dizzy projectiles, but putting themselves in the corner and just getting opened up on Oki Zemi right now. We haven't really seen the Oki from Dizzy yet, but this might be the start of it. The laser, but blocks the cross up. And swords in neutral.
That overhead hit something really weird there. Nevertheless, here comes the next overhead, and that is overhead, and that is going to be the corner extension for the first game, going towards Try to Complete.
Yeah, nice stuff to Try to Complete. Showing off the Ramlethal like corner carry is not easy to do. She's got like the tight juggles, and it's a little bit executionally tricky, but Try to Complete kept it simple. And you know, Dizzy has really strong corner Oki, but once her back is against the wall, all she can really do is like super jump out and hope to get out of this situation. And the swords are a really good way to stop all that.
Yeah, interesting little Tekken character they snuck into this here game, but Try to Complete has definitely been showing signs of improvement, because prior sets that we've seen of him has been a bit of a struggle to maintain these corner carry routes, but the consistency seems to be a little better here. But now we're just going to let the big beam do the rest of the talking here, taking away a good chunk of Vex's health. But Unfortunately, they're going to be swapping sides. Now it's Vex's time. Going to take the burst as they set up the projectiles, but the swords are there to just stop them.
Yeah. Nice on Vex to just get back in, though. And the cross-up with the laser again, the air dash, try to complete. Looks like they went to crouch block, and the overhead putting around on the board for Vexatious Idler. We are seeing, like, the Vexatious can get the neutral going. A big part of the defense is, like, having to block that overhead, but as long as the overhead doesn't come out, it's sort of a projectile spam game of neutral where they just kind of go back and forth.
Oh, absolutely. And we saw... Whoa! With punish 5D with the super. Okay, I respect that. Good life lead here for try to complete to work with. Look for that overhead yet again. But we see Vex able to jump up, but they are slowly pushing themselves towards the corner in sort of a panic to just create a little bit of space to start deploying these projectiles. And in the aggressive chase down from try to complete, I think we end up seeing him more catch them out in uncomfortable positions where they think they have space to deploy projectile, but no, there is Ramlethal waiting underneath you.
Yeah, it's hard to judge those distances, especially when Ram can like put the swords out and you think you're safe for something and the sword comes out. Vex going for the gold burst here. Pretty close to closing this round out. 75 meter, good corner position. RC's out of the burst and ties it up 1-1. What a positioning win.
Yeah, pretty clutch there. I think maybe seeing Vex starting to get warmed up a little bit better here, and so far their answer towards the overhead has been to just not be in that situation to begin with, which is you know, a valid approach. Of course, there'll come times where you will be
option.
You will be in that situation. It will happen, but if you can avoid it without being too hectic about it, it's a good plan.
Yeah, and I think like Dizzy, one of those characters that's most scary to let your opponent warm up on, or like having a Dizzy opponent and they start to get your habits, and then Dizzy mobility is like 2 air dashes and projectile spam, and they know how you want to place things, and they can have all the movement. It's a big danger if your Dizzy opponent starts getting warmed up. So we'll have to see. Try to complete getting the Oki here right now. The command throw opens up. I got the OTG hit. One more OTG, or the overhead rather.
Yeah, the overhead reset in there. Nice and sneaky. Did not have to deploy that level of thuggery, but it worked.
It worked, and you know, in a first to 5, if you start breaking out the funny cards early, you it keeps them guessing for the long side. It's kind of like if you represent a wake up super early, and then they're always thinking about super. You got to keep them guessing.
Right. Anyways, we see the jump in here. Gonna get the grab as Vex gonna be pushing the damage a little further. Nice little micro dash to go with it. RC to guarantee the usage of the Firefish there to run some Oki. Fortunately, the Ice Spike is going to be the end of, but the dash in, Big JS, going to line a few hits, try to complete now on the revenge streak now, looking to try and close the life deficit. Going to be deploying the super beam, so it's going to be a good grip of chip damage. We see a desperate attempt to just try to FD it out there by Vex, spending a lot of meter for it, and there is the burst. Try to complete feels like they have a pretty good position here to try and finish things off here, but down to the last pixel, Vex might even it out.
Yeah, Vex can definitely even it out, but try to complete with 50 meter and both swords on the floor right now. Not going to be able to go into Calvados while the swords are out, so at least Vex doesn't have to worry about that laser beam, but the sword's in the corner right now. Vexatious bursting out, going for the attack, but the sword's immediately interrupting them. Manages to keep that round tight, though, going to final round game 3.
Yeah, not too bad for try to complete, though. Able to walk away with Vex's burst rather late into that round, so there's going to be a brief period here where Vex is going to be having to hold all this damage that try to complete may be able to dish out, but for the time being, it is try to complete on the back foot here. He is at the significant life disadvantage, is going to be finding a few hits here, slowly closing that deficit, and now taking ever so slight lead. Here's a simple Oki string, and there's the overhead.
There it is again, and the corner carry, try to complete so solid with it. Ramlethal combos build a lot of guts, or a lot of burst here, but actually didn't finish the combo, so Vexatious still has a little bit of time before the burst comes out. Try to complete, gets their burst back, lets it go again. Trance connects, and this is all burst safe because it's super damage. Vexatious getting the throw, though. This is a tight spot to be in.
Oh! The Ice Fish beating the dead angle there. They're still stuck in the corner, and that is your 50 meter gone for Funzy, but able to get the back throw there off of the Ice Spike wires. Seeing the delayed sword catching Vex there. That's going to be the 2-1. Try to complete taking the lead back in the set.
Yeah, what a maneuver by Try to Complete. Being up against Vexatious and then taking that step back, letting the sword do the work. Like, denied the, whatever button Vexatious was trying to press there. Just kind of like, don't think about throw, don't think about anything. The sword's covering me here. And early burst out by Vexatious in game 4. Oh, mashing works out for Try to Complete. The overhead once again connecting. Try to Complete didn't quite get the corner carry, but a drop turns into a drop opportunity. Try to Complete getting the corner combo here.
I think the easiest, interesting thing there was we saw Vex trying to mash out during the tech situation, but Ram having these whiff cancels makes it so that she can kind of just keep going and you end up falling into an active frame.
Right. Yeah, the Ram with the like target combos where she can just do it hit or miss. It creates some interesting opportunity to like press into the empty space and then have a follow-up button with it, which normally you don't get to do with the Gatlings. Another round on the board for Try to Complete here, getting the knockdown, going for the swords. Vexatious blocking low, back against the wall. Nice air dash to get out of the corner. That's we've been seeing that a little bit where Try to Complete gets those swords put out and then Vexatious tries a button from a bad position, so has to think a little bit more about getting out of where those swords are and keeping Try to Complete in the corner here is the objective. It's the name of the game. Has the laser. Oh.
Ooh, okay. Faded, doing the dash backwards, able to go over. And now Try to Complete to the last bit of health available. Is going to be going for the hero burst here. Believes in a chance to make this comeback despite having the round advantage. So I wouldn't necessarily agree with the move there. Down to the last bit of health. We could see Vex trying to create a little bit of distance to let the projectiles do the talking for, but there's the command grab. Can Try to Complete steal this away. Has Vex in the corner, and with the sword deploy, he's unfortunately gonna get a drop there, and it's down to the last pixel. Trapped in the corner, does find the mash out, takes the burst from Vex, and it's still not over yet.
Yeah. Very, very big win once again for Try to Complete to take that burst away and actually gets the air-to-air combo. Life totals at even now, swords out. And Vexatious with the air stall, using the laser to hang out a bit longer, avoided the low sweep. And final round, game 4 now. But Vexatious without that burst, like you said, Try to Complete very close to getting theirs back, used that burst, but then had a lot of time to make it back.
Yeah, but even for Vex, right, the burst being used, already being at just around the S mark there is a pretty good recovery for how late it was used in the last round. And we can see a great start here, able to just chip away, make a slight life advantage. However, that doesn't stop Try to Complete from pushing in rather aggressively. We see the PRC doing what he can to maintain control over the situation, jumping in forward, aggressively avoiding the knockdown. And it's Vex's back towards the corner, but the dash in. Gonna set up for the projectile, the crossover, the burst there to bring things back to a neutral situation with the sword catching. However, not gonna get the pickup. There's the tech buttons. Trying to go for the mix-up once more, but good blocks from Try to Complete. Is back toward the corner here, trying to jump out and escape, but we see a lot of air stalling and finds another opening. Didn't RC for the kill just yet, but the YRC forgets to does it a little too early for the projectile, but it works up in the run-up situation anyways. 2 apiece.
Yeah, 2 apiece. You know, the YRC, it's funny because even not getting the projectile out still kind of throws off the timing because you're thinking about blocking, you see the character running up, and then it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, the game stopped for a little bit, and then it looks like Try to Complete just got opened up by that. But very nice round by Vexatious there.
I think even like YRC just eats your input also, so it doesn't really matter if, like you said, right, it messes up the time, but I think it just deleted what you tried to do.
Yeah, if you're trying to like a wake up button or something, you're like, oh, I can mash here, and then it's like, oh, YRC, you're stuck now. GG's, go next.
Nice little mix up there.
Yeah, cross up working for Vexatious. Nice interrupt on Try to Complete, trying to get the setup there. Can't get the knockdown because in the air, but a very strong position here. Try to Complete using the reversal super to get out of the situation, but no dice because it hit the fish. Vexatious, strong round. Going a little bit ahead in this, looking to make it 3-2 and take the lead for the first time here.
Fish is so broken. Trying to anti-air the JH. Unfortunately, not meant to be, and it's going to be our first danger time of this evening. We can see that Vex able to make the most of the situation. Ice Spike, YRC, keep the pressure running a little bit. At the worst case, right, you just want to be in control, making sure that your opponent continuously blocks during the danger time so you might not suffer. the damage that comes out of it. But there's the 5D gonna be landing quite a massive hit here. IB's in the air, so that does refund an air option, but still, it is gonna be Vex that's in control, and the double mix-up. Going one side, going the other, almost gets the bait on the blitz, and there's the match from Try to Complete.
Yeah, nice blitz by Try to Complete, taking the momentum back here. 75 meter, gets the sword touch, almost 100 meter, and Vexatious Idler with their back against the wall, but also has 100 meter of their own. A lot of meter at play here. Try to Complete using the trance and just opens up with the overhead. Can't get the combo though, but just a raw overhead, but too high. And a little bit of a burst that you do to make sure you take the round. The position was still pretty good for Try to Complete, but wants to keep that lead here. Either player looking to go up 3-2 here.
I can respect against a character like Dizzy. There's like one of the situations, one of the characters you do not want to hand momentum over to if you can help it, because they can really let you not play for a very long time. Like you can kind of see already so many times just gonna get the knockdown, deploy Fish, and even when you do take your turn back, Fish is just there to stop that outright.
Yeah, Fish is kind of the devil on Dizzy's shoulder.
Oh, thought it was Undying.
Catching Vex. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know Guilty Gear lore, so that's my bad. Try to Complete getting the combo here. Nice jump out by Vexatious on the sword gap. Very, very smart to like chicken block that, not think about holding an up or down, just goes up. And got that neutral right now. Try to Complete has their burst back. But Vexatious, okay, well the burst is out for Try to Complete. Vexatious just playing a bubble game right now.
Yep.
Oh, 2P! Nice confirm.
Very, very clean. It's it was interesting there towards the end. Try to Complete was really hoping that the swords would clip her throughout all these dashes, but it just ended up not happening. However, I don't think it was necessarily a wrong idea from Try to Complete, but it just didn't work out because Vex was effectively just doing the Ocean's 12 laser dance, somehow avoiding every single one of these giant hitboxes, and it was able to throw out their own and constantly tag Try to Complete.
Yeah, you got like the fancy instruments going on. Vexatious just schmoving through stuff. Another early burst by Try to Complete here. Yeah, we're seeing Vexatious start to take control of this neutral a little bit more, putting the Fish out of good spots. The swords are a problem, but also going in to chase Try to Complete to stop those swords when necessary. Right there, sword goes out, but the Ramlethal hit denied it. Another 5D by Vexatious, bringing it to about 50% for Try to Complete. Oh, this trance! And Vexatious just gets over it. That's not even like an extra air dash. That's just common mobility. Good evasion.
They're just all like, nah, I'm all good on that. Don't worry about it, G. Getting the run under there, able to find the 5K. We see Try to Complete looking for any means to find an opening to insert himself into this matchup, but it isn't meant to be. You're starting to witness more and more the style of Dizzy, which is stay away from full screen, deploy the pets, and then you, just like that, your chance of playing the game has instantly vaporized.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you said at the start of this, right? Like, Ramlethal has that difficult neutral, and nice air throw by Try to Complete, but it's really up to Vexatious to make that neutral annoying. And as long as Try to Complete doesn't get their game plan started, like right there, the overhead gets the corner combo here. This is the problem for Vexatious, but both characters with Oki, it's really all down to who gets the knockdown, who gets the corner position. Try to Complete trying to close this round out. Nice mash off by Vexatious, and the laser into the air button.
Yeah, the goal is going to be simple here for Vexatious. Unfortunately, not going to come to pass, but effectively was looking to take that burst from Try to Complete or make that comeback happen. Nevertheless, though, round apiece for both players. Vexatious immediately tries to go in very aggressive, but ends up getting caught out by the JH. That's going to be stuck into the corner. Smart burst there. You do not want to be put into these Ramlethal corner situations. And just like that,
yeah.
We do find a few matches, but we haven't been able to return back to the mid-screen just yet.
Well, there we go. The mid-screen is back now. Try to Complete using that burst to get out of the situation, but Vexatious a little bit too high with the air button, and Try to Complete with a nice confirm here. Oh, Vexatious opened up by the overhead again. There's no meter for Try to Complete, but we'll have to see if they got the Guts Crush here. Actually just goes for the reset. And 3-3 now. What a back and forth right now.
Yeah, I think it's... I don't know. I feel like from Vexatious' side, you could try to leverage more just like the mobility of Dizzy to back away, deploy the pets, and then try to see, like, try to hopefully catch, Try to Complete sort of pushing over a bit too aggressively, because it feels like in this matchup the weakest state that Ram can find Dizzy is when the screen says let's rock.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. It's yeah, as soon as like you get the shield and the little guys up, that's a big way to stop Ramlethal from doing anything. But once again, Vexatious with that air button just a little bit too high, and Try to Complete had a nice smash out there, but Vexatious keeping the corner position here. Good block on the dead angle, no punish, but all position right now. Going back to full screen though.
I think not even Vex really believed that they were able to block that dead angle in the end. But now trapped in the pressure of Try to Complete, the devious overhead rears its head once more. Let's get that 5D. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the slouch off of the wall slide there to be able to get that 5D extension, but nevertheless has that slide life lead and the overhead once more. I think so. Try to Complete, the secret sauce here is to keep just going for those overheads, because Vexatious has proven not a single time to be able to block it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think Vexatious just needs to start thinking about the fuzzy block, because the overhead is coming out of that command string, and you kind of just gotta practice and know the timing of like, okay, I see this button coming in, the overhead might show up here, I gotta think about blocking high. But you know, that's something for training mode at this point. If Vexatious isn't ready for it at this point, just needs to get the good neutral. Try to Complete with the command grab here. Nice corner carry onto the wall. 5D combo gonna get a lot of damage here with those sword normals. 50 meter, another counter hit.
Yeah, and there we go.
Pretty
The
strong.
dust extension. Fortunately, gonna drop the combo. Chance now for Vexatious here. Does find a quick knockdown, deploys the Firefish, able to get the side swap running off it as well, but we get the dead angle. Try to Complete, brings it back to the neutral. We try to go for the DP super, but I don't know about all that. It was a little bit too far away, but still, screen space created. Firefish is deployed. We're trying to push in close and deny these sword sets from Try to Complete. Observing the burst, hoping to take it down to a final round situation here in this game.
Yeah. Either player doing this is only 2 rounds away from winning the set after this one, so Vexatious got to think about getting this round to close it out, at least go to final round. Try to Complete playing the keep away game with the FD right now. 15 seconds on the clock. The fireball works, and the cross up 5k auto-correcting. Try to Complete going up 4-3 now. But it's the kind of set that Vexatious just needs to make a couple micro adjustments, and everything could turn around very quickly.
Yo, absolutely. I think Vexatious could just as well, because of like how little games there are left in this set, just opt whenever Try to Complete is running a pressure string, just block standing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, block the high or whatever. It's kind of like taking the throw. You can take the low in this situation, but the overhead, Try to Complete has made so much use of it to get those corner carries. And the air-to-air is working out for Vexatious right now. Bubbles out, pops it immediately. Try to Complete, I like how Try to Complete's using this fireball. We don't really see the Ramlethal fireball get used in neutral that often, but using it to keep Try to Complete, or Vexatious from doing those air buttons. And this great corner combo right here. Sword setup, good throw by Vex.
Yeah, very nicely done. Trapped in the corner. There comes the Ice Fish. A whole lot of holding him down. Big counter hit, but no conversion, but still able to maintain the corner pressure. Trying to air dash back in, but micro adjustments are coming out. We see dash underneath from both sides here, looking to put the other in the corner, especially for Try to Complete. We already have the swords deployed. Just needs to find that one touch there to make use of this Oki situation. But it is going to be in the favor of Vexatious, as they do have Try to Complete back towards the wall. Does block out the low. Chase down, finding these straight hits. The string will almost do it. Should have gone for the OTG, but the chip damage will find its mark. Vexatious now 1 round from bringing it to a final game situation.
Oh, yeah, Vexatious. Maybe an ice spike situation to really close that last combo out, but thankfully holding on, winning the burst out from Try to Complete in the first 10 seconds here. And a pretty strong corner position right now. Try to Complete going for that air position. The air stall with the sword. Vexatious trying to keep a momentum going here with the burst. Nice return to mid-screen by Try to Complete though.
Yeah, just air
But
dash
that mid-screen, we've seen Vexatious do pretty okay on this. It's just about making sure Try to Complete doesn't have this sword going. There's the block on the overhead. Still got hit afterwards. I think that overhead is plus, unfortunately.
It is plus, unfortunately. So you stem the bleeding of holding a lot of damage, but there's the second part. You do have to just IB it.
Yeah. Oh, there's the overhead. Try to complete on set point now. But there's going to be at least one more burst for Vexatious Idler before this set is over. Because Ramifal combos creating a whole lot of burst meter.
Oh, absolutely.
Vexatious
All
making
those
a
multi-hits.
nice... Yeah, all the multi-hits, all the corner combos, all those 5D into 5Ps you've seen. But... Okay, getting the chase here. Nice throw by Try to Complete. This is the start of the end, maybe, for Vexatious. Vexatious trying to hold on with the burst here.
Unfortunately, it is plus. They're not able to take your turn back just yet, but of course we can bring it back to a neutral situation with this life lead. Just set fish, set fish. You can see that Try to Complete is trying to play around the swords, hoping you fall into that, being a bit too aggressive. Just set the fish.
Oh, try to the long range 5D. That I wonder if that was supposed to be D-fish, but yeah, there's a D-fish right there with the sword. Try to Complete's burst is out. Nice touch by Vex, but no confirm with meter. Just needs anything here. There's another Laserfish, YRC, Ice Spike YRC, spend all the money. Close the accounts out. This could be your last day on Earth. Vexatious gets one more day on Earth though. It's 4-4 now.
Ooh. Alrighty, there's a chance here. Of course, if you can bring it back to neutral scrambles, it can work out. I just think that there's a lot of grace being given to Vexatious by Try to Complete, especially when he's at a life disadvantage, to simply stand there, set up all the fish, and then go in. We see a lot of air dashing with JS, finding these stray hits that lead to a lot of nothing, especially IB at that height. It's going to be a beautiful setup for the back throw. However, immediately burst there from Vexatious, wants to keep Try to Complete in this corner, but the push block away, still though, does find the opportunity to dash right back in there.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, right there we saw like 3 consecutive air dash JSs from Vexatious. And those like heavy buttons are not really your best approach options in Guilty Gear a lot of the time. If people are looking for it, they IB it, they get the throw, they get the punish. Like you said, a little bit more of a far range game is going to be more annoying for Try to Complete. Nice cross up right here. Vexatious putting their back against the wall. But neither player with any meter right now. Vexatious got the 2-hit and started crouch blocking. Thankfully that overhead wasn't worse. But Try to Complete with the knockdown here. Welcome to sword pressure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Taking that opportunity to fake out the overhead to call out the sword instead, and yeah, it's the kind of mental stack that Try to Complete is looking for here after you're starting to block the overhead a little bit more. And with it, Try to Complete is once more on the set point here. Both players are pretty close to getting their burst. Vexatious closer than Try to Complete, looking for an opportunity, but approaching a lot by themselves here without the backing of fish is a very interesting... I don't know, I just feel like just so many times you can just throw out an ice fish here. Like, we only see dagger or firefish or just like one of the 2 goobers.
Yeah, it seems like Vexatious does need like a little more coverage to go in, because especially once those swords are out on Ramlethal, she has some pretty fast buttons. Like all of her punches are pretty fast to like interrupt those approaches. But Try to Complete with a good corner knockdown here. Swords are bouncing. Not a full combo, but this is so much health. Vexatious going for the Imperial Ray. Yeah, that's just kind of a forcing you to block situation. Here's the trance by Vexatious. Didn't really get out of it in a great way, but thankfully wasn't a kill. Try to Complete burst is out. Vexatious with the gold burst. Now, if we want to see the meme ray, I shouldn't commentate by being like gamma ray, gamma ray. Okay, 100 meters gone. That's good. That's good.
The 100 bar usage finds the 5D here. It's going to be a good grip of damage. Not going to be enough to kill just yet, but the situation is nearing. Finds a fireball hit. Needs that last touch to bring into a final round situation. And with the Laserfish, it's going to be the final game, final round. Both players relatively near one another in their burst gauges, so we're likely to find it back. But the round start Daro, a new option being leveraged here by Try to Complete. Still though, it is going to be Vexatious chasing down, trapping in the corner, finding a lot of stray hits, but the air-to-air a little too high, sets up for the ground throw, and that is the sword setup into the 5D. Going to be a good grip of damage here, as well as the Oki setup afterwards.
Yep. Yeah, Try to Complete going for the sword sets again, gets the overhead. Vexatious using the burst here. Final burst of the set for Vexatious, without a doubt, unless this goes very long. But Try to Complete keeping that momentum going, and the 2-string into the overhead to close it out. How else could it end?
I think towards the end, I respect that from Try to Complete. Finally, he reveals the alternative to the overhead, which is like let it reset into the low. And that was the one time that Vexatious was ready to also block it and ended up getting clipped in the low. But the reset afterwards, of course, you know, classic, just big overhead. Very well done by both players. Really cool to see. I haven't seen Vexatious. This is a new name to me, so definitely impressed with the big, like what is being shown right now. So there's a lot of potential to what's to come, and of course, the really great improvement from Try to Complete over the course is it's very commendable.
Yeah, such an awesome showing by both people. We had Vexatious on Rookie Roman cancel. Vexatious is actually one of our fish holders, our one-time bracket winners. But they were playing Raven, so it's very cool to see them switch over to Dizzy, and they have a lot more. Just a lot of the Dizzy game plan is down, and I think it's cool when people pick up Dizzy and then you see that extra mobility. It's I think. I don't know, it mostly just came down to those overheads. Like, the overheads were making so much money for Try to Complete, but Try to Complete's corner Oki was a huge step up from the last time we'd seen them, I think. That was a fantastic set, very fun.
Absolutely. I gotta, oh my goodness, Bea. Estrogenized Psycho Gundam 2. That's fire, that's fire. I love that.
Estrogenized Psycho Gundam 2. Trembling in there, probably.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, you got estrogenized Psycho Gundam 2, but on the other side, Hyacinth would make for probably an actual, like, Gundam name. Gundam Hyacinth is
kind of a good, yeah, that's a good armor name for sure.
Yeah. But here we go, Melia versus the Kai, where really funny. I think you could kind of consider that Melia is Kai pushed to one of the extremes that. That Kai has, being a jack of all trades character, specifically his whole like projectile Oki game, where now you see it pushed to the maximum with the tandem top, secret gardens, nobody using chroming rose, and of course the little projectile game with pin.
Yeah, Melia is kind of more Kai than Kai, as the tier list says.
Yeah, if you consider like how you should play Kai, which is around the grinder Oki, then for sure. There's of course the other parts where good nooch, already winning Blitz Wars, DPs in toolkit as well, which can let you bust out of a few situations. But of course, when you get put right here and having a very low profilable overhead, it does spell for a bit of a disaster.
Ooh, look at that! She had the air dash Bad Moon combo as well. This is an interesting one because Hyacinth. Very famously, I think, well, it depends how famous, you know, if you're on social media, you know that she had some, a training arc against a Kai to play against Rena for Climax of Night, so she may have a little bit of, like, the character matchup but Bea also, in a league of their own, I mean, every Gundam, or every Guilty Gear player kind of plays a little bit differently, you know? But
absolutely here. Unfortunately, down to a life deficit, finds the 2H counter hit, but does immediately cash it out into the heavy DP. Does get the knockdown, the 5k hitting low. Go for the jump cancel there. They could have had the kill, but now we're down to the last pixel, and the JH is going to cross up. Bea is demonstrating some really, really good air throws, so the ability to fight in the neutral is showing, but the control on Wake Up that Hyacinth has is proving to be a lot more deadly.
Yeah, Hyacinth's doing a lot of these. She's playing a very patient neutral game, a little zesty with the hairpin, but making sure to keep the. She's doing just enough. She like that's part of the annoying neutral game, right? Is like being just on the outside and being a little bit of a mosquito about it. They're blocking the Digitalis there, no punish. Very fast burst by Hyacinth and a low air throw.
Still undisturbed. RTL sets up the seal there, but not able to claim it out just yet. It expires. Does IB in the air, but that I think caused for a little bit more of an awkward situation that Bea was prepared to handle with 6P, able to get
the 6P.
Interesting reversal there. But the JH is going to be doing a little bit too much work, and the pin to hold it down. First game going the way of Hyacinth.
Yeah, I think Kai's 6P pretty good. You know, it's the King's Elbow. It's got that good head invuln. It can be pretty good for some of these air dash buttons that Hyacinth is doing. She's kind of playing the approach game with JH, going for those cross-up JHs. You know, sometimes you air throw that, sometimes you just gotta 2H it. But Kai has a lot of strong anti-air buttons, and it's all about finding the choices and pressing the buttons at the right time. I mean, that's fighting games in general, but especially against Milia. Hyacinth getting the knockdown here.
Buttons at the right time.
That's my number one matchup advice for anything.
Just press buttons gooder.
Pretty much.
Alright,
Right, nice throw by Bea here.
Yeah, trapped in the corner, does catch a bit of damage. There's the far slash counter hit. Going to be converting nicely into that 3H. No knockdown, sadly, but the damage has been dealt. The life lead is secured. We see the Secret Garden attempt, but reacts a little too late to it. However, does trade on the anti-air there and is trying to scramble here for some kind of hit. YRC off the stun edge, trying to approach on further in, but the patience from Hyacinth. 6B
Nice.
though. No conversion.
And good evade on the Bea jumping up. Hyacinth went for that turbo fall there. Didn't even do turbo fall YRC, but just trying to change the movement up. But Bea also changing the movement up with the jump to turn the cross up into a cross up for Hyacinth.
Good damage overhead. Gonna get the conversion off of it as well, but Bea has seen enough. Deploy the burst, find a few hits here. Heavy stun edge, chasing down after it, but not gonna be... Yeah, unfortunately, Kai, a bit of a mid dispenser, right? When you do not RC your stun edges.
Oh, nice 5K to interrupt there. Hyacinth with the... Oh, wow! And the 2K going under the Vapor Thrust. That's like one of those matchup things is... Kai Vapor Thrust just kind of goes super low. A nice air combo by Hyacinth, but Bea with the Blitz.
Ooh. Wow, Green 7 able to catch the roll there. Where are we going? We have to find a few hits here. Slight life advantage. Interesting little movement there, and I think the camera wasn't really able to keep up there, so Hyacinth betrayed by the game. Couldn't quite see where Bea lands up, but there's the turbo fall. Goes into the grab. Tandem top deployed. The overhead connects, but is not in the corner to get the pickup much further. Counter hit pin though, and we see the
Nice
aggressive burst here. Looks to steal the game right here, right now. RTL with no meter, and does get the punish with the 2D. Around a piece, Hyacinth looking to extend that game lead.
Yeah. Bea with a very passionate ending there, trying the burst, immediately sending RTL. Hyacinth just kind of in the air waiting for it all. It's, you know, you gotta be a little bit patient on Kai. It's being a little bit aggressive like that can work out, but nothing works when you're being desperate, and Millie kind of capitalizes on that kind of thing where you put yourself out for the open. Nice 2H catching the roll there by Bea. And the air throw, there's Bea air throws.
It would have been so hype if they managed to get the throw to connect into the heavy stun edge, but one can only dream. However, immediately letting the stun dipper rock after the block 3H. So many times we see the stun edge come out, so might have conditioned Hyacinth to try something in that situation. 5K a little stubby, so not gonna get the punish, but the stun dipper with the low, catching Hyacinth off guard. That's gonna be a game apiece for both players.
Yeah, wow. When you talk about effective DPs, Stun Dipper is kind of more of effective of a DP than Vapor Thrust. It's so fast on the startup, and it goes horizontal. It catches people standing if they're not ready for it. You know, Kai players will have a certain range that they love to do Stun Dipper at and be like, oh, I caught your shins.
Yep.
And Bea showed it off right there. So a good 1-1.
Absolutely. 5 frames of uber low profile startup. I'll take it.
It's so messed up.
The Cadillac.
There's the throw by Hyacinth.
Ooh, goal burst. Nice 6P. Gonna
6P.
keep the confirm nice and simple. Does get the knockdown off of the heavy vapor thrust. The empty jump low. But still, these overheads have been doing a lot of work here for Hyacinth. Little shaker, respected. Backing away to the corner, but there's not a lot of screen left to retreat to. 6 HS plus frames. Trying to chase down, hoping to connect that far side. The 6P on the hair car attempt. I like the ambition, but it's not meant to be.
Yeah, Maven Bea hoping for some kind of air approach, and Hyacinth staying on the road. Do we have the Bad Moon knockdown here? No, that's not. She tried the air throw, but Bea delaying the tech. Bea with their back against the wall, 25 meter, but stealing the corner here. Nice air throw once again, and the blitz by Hyacinth. Bea using the burst here. Needs to make something work. Oh! And 6K.
Overhead.
Yeah, that catches a lot of people on the FD when they're crouching.
I mean, in general, it's a very difficult overhead to block. It has like, wow, a 6P, that's awesome. But it has a fairly standardized like overhead startup, which is fairly reactable across many standards, but it's just the animation is so ambiguous. Most of her startup is just her doing a T-pose before doing the flip in like the very last 4 or so frames.
Right. Wow, Bea!
Perfect.
What a round by Bea! Bea had a fantastic air dash combo there that took like 40% of Hyacinth's life, a little bit of risk, and closes it out with a perfect. Final round, game 3 now. Hyacinth with the throw. Nice dash disc, crosses up. Gonna see a knockdown here. Another disc. Double roll, blocked by Bea, but not ready for the 6H overhead.
I think it was a bit too ambitious there from Hyacinth because it looked like Bea wasn't really ready for the first roll. So rolling back was just like, oh, sweet. I didn't have to really do anything there.
Yeah. Do nothing and it works out.
It's awesome. The Valve method of winning.
Yeah. 75-meter for Hyacinth here. Nice intercept on the turbo fall with the JP. That's such an important, like, shutting down those turbo falls by Hyacinth is going to be such a big deal. And Hyacinth running in with the throw here. Burst
I like
out.
that burst. And deny that 50-meter spin. Hyacinth now trying to tag a hit there with the pin. Does find the jump in with the JH there. Fortunately, 2H there from Bea. Letting rip a little too early. Now separated from the pin. Turbo falls themselves into the corner here. As Bea is running the pressure. YRC keeps running a little bit, but this is the mid dispenser supreme. Unfortunately, no mix-ups behind it. And the 5HS able to connect there. As both players are kind of just dancing around one another. Bea is looking for these anti-airs, but it is a little too difficult and trying to be a little proactive does... Oh! Wow. The music cut. That's awesome.
Wow. Yeah. But what a timing. Nice RTL there to break out of the meaty 2K. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They are taking the lead here, but it's kind of razor thin margins. But like you said, those mids, we're seeing Bea not really get the opening, just going for this pressure game and winning the neutral.
Yeah, which is, it's nice, right? Like, the Kai is definitely well equipped to win neutral against a good chunk of the cast, but I think Bea needs to find opportunities really to conserve meter a little bit more to find these grinder YRC situations, because that's the real moneymaker.
Yeah, absolutely. Hyacinth getting the roll into the cross up here. 2S low profiling the Vapor Thrust. Nice intercept by Bea though. A lot more of those mids coming out. Nice. I like the PRC and then going for the air chase there. Another solid air throw by Bea.
That's a really, really good burst there. Blitz from Hyacinth. With how close Bea was to Hyacinth, ends up getting the reject blowback from the blitzed projectile. Overhead connecting a little too far away for the spin, but nevertheless finds the re-entry. Hyacinth off to a tear here, looking to equalize the set.
Yeah, Bea close to getting their burst back here. But one good touch against Hyacinth would be probably a free round for Bea if they keep the pressure going. Nice! Okay, there's a punish on the Digitalis. That's so important. Digitalis is counter hit recovery, so you know, that thing's like -11, you put a button out, they deserve to pay for... you gotta make them pay for Digitalis. That's like the #1 rule of defending against Milia.
Yeah, and we see Bea wisening up a bit. It's like, oh yeah, grinder YRC, and immediately just the most hellish Oki situation you've seen ever. So more of that for sure. Does get that counter hit, stun dipper, and this could be the burst from Hyacinth. Wants to bring it back to more of a scrambly situation. Finds the ground throw off of the air-to-air attempt there from Bea, landing on the ground. And once again, both players scrambling around, but it is going to be Hyacinth with Bea in the corner, finds the jump in. There's a knockdown. Good block in the overhead, but just does it again.
6K, who thinks about it? Hyacinth using the meter for the confirmed knockdown here. 6K, but once again, a little bit too far. Very strong position here for for Hyacinth though. A lot of life lost. And the 6K! Bea was standing on that, but got fuzzied. And it's 2-2 now. Something interesting that I'm noticing about Hyacinth is she's doing a lot of 2K 2D, and I don't know if she plays Strive, but I think 2K 2D is more of a Milia knockdown in Strive. But she's getting a lot of these 2K touches, and not really Gatling-ing them into something. But
that could be a really good call out actually. It's like, wait a minute, this is a Strive play style, but like I said, it is.
Well, it's like just a frame trap. It's like it doesn't really get you a lot, but when she's got the hit and she goes to 2D and it gets blocked, it's like, oh, that could have been something. But
right. Ooh, no,
nice.
Dirty burst. Unfortunately, not.
Oh!
Wow. Okay, Loops. We got the little micro dash confirmed from it. Very, very cool. Nice, footsies, we like that. 6p anti-air, starting to see a little bit more of the classic Bear where you end up falling into their buttons. Trying to find the pin there to initiate the jump in style. Does find the hit, patiently waiting out to bait a DP, but this time lets it rip. Ooh, we've seen enough of that blitz. Hold this heavy stun edge for the time being there. Doesn't quite get the 3H confirmed, but knows to respect it and gets the throw on the roll attempt. YRC gets the low. Sets up the grinder, doesn't have enough meter for the YRC, but gets the run up, taking away a lot of tension here from the side of Hyacinth, who had to FD all of those hits.
Oh my goodness. And my internet disconnected. I'm so sad I'm missing this set. Looks like Bay is close to getting it here.
Yep, gonna be opted to use the burst here to try and maintain the momentum, but the Sacred Edge, unfortunately, not gonna clip the target. Stun edge from the air, maybe 2-8, blocking out 6H or 6K, excuse me. But the air to air that JP once again catching. Oh no, it was catching the H of all things. Very, very impressive stuff here by Bea. Able to keep the lead now, 3-2.
Here we go. Both players taking a breather here. Trying to get back in line for this spectate, and it's just not working. That's awesome.
Yeah. Is the stream crapping out for everyone else? Because I noticed that since Lex turned it on, it's like buffering at least. But I'll assume it's working out fine, as Hyacinth is back to her shenanigans once more. Does find the jump over the stun edge there. Burst is available. Okay, uses it to escape back to the mid screen with what little life is remaining. However, okay, good. Nice. Vapor thrust out before more of a disastrous situation could be connected off of that tandem top. However, it's still the life lead, but does the RTL connect? No, just leaves.
Nice Vapor Thrust, though. Yeah, Bea, good belligerence here. Like, the Vapor Thrust on the disc setup when it's not going to make it in time, and then doing the Vapor Thrust on the Ride the Lightning whiff punish. Just, like, not allowing anything. Hyacinth getting the throw here. Has the pin knockdown in the corner carry. 6K! Can't get the Guts Crush here, though. 2D keeping it clean, though.
Quick on the technical side, I think Lex, the Discord stream might be crapping out your encoding.
Oh no!
But back to business. Burst already expended here by Hyacinth. Has Bea trapped in a corner. The burst is still available for them, should they find a need to. But of course, you got to make sure to not do it too late. One of the importance of trying to play out this neutral game is that you have some health to spare for situations you might mess up there. The DP being baited out there is going to have to prompt the burst, but the pin connecting, and now we're slowly but surely getting into a very dangerous spot where it's going to be a lot of high-risk committals here to try and find a hit on Hyacinth.
Oh, and I'm stuck watching the Twitch stream. I can't believe I'm missing this one. Hyacinth with a huge life lead here, but that looks like a big hit from Bea.
Yeah, big ass RTL coming out there with the Hellfire now in a pretty good spot. Does find a way to quickly check the turbo fall, but you can see that Hyacinth is really just trying to jump around, hoping to see maybe Bea overcommit themselves here in an attempt to stop them, and just looking for these turbo fast falls. Finally catching them off guard, getting the ground throw, and ties up the set 3 apiece.
Alright, I'm back in this. I'm getting the please wait though. Definitely looks like the stream has turned into a slideshow. Apologies, everybody. I'm getting the please wait. Maybe I'll connect.
You see the game?
It's getting there.
Okay.
The players have selected rematch, beginning spectating.
Okay, because they're off to the races already.
Yeah, they're already fighting. Oh yeah, the girls are mashing.
Big damage. Looking to just... already we see like JH being pressed there, hoping to catch Hyacinth in the turbo fall. But instead gonna get tandem topped. Good burst there, cutting the momentum short from Hyacinth. However, wasn't able to escape the corner situation just yet. Does find a mash. Done.
Oh.
Dipper. Good burst bait.
Nice.
It's gonna be a grip of damage. But the drop.
Oh.
It might not have been enough though.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you know, Hyacinth, again, thinking about, like, crouch confirm combos, Digitalis crouch confirms can be so big. Hyacinth had a crouching touch there. Just routing into /5H Digitalis when you're that close, you get a nice chunk of damage. It pushes ahead. But something for Hyacinth to think about after the fact. Nice approach by Hyacinth, using the hairpin to cover it up here. They just mashing on it. Millie's got no reversal. She doesn't need him. She doesn't deserve him.
Again, meter being spent there by Bea to actually just set up for mid-dispenser situations really doesn't advance your game plan all too much. We can see Hyacinth just comfortably able to just down back. Maybe we need to just try and let a Greed Sever rock once in a while. But nevertheless, has the life lead here quite comfortably too. And finds the air-to-air. Not enough counter hit frames there to confirm off of it. Still though, in a pretty good spot, just backing away, looking to see if Hyacinth falls a little too fast into one of these big Kai sword normals.
Yeah, it can definitely happen. Turbo Fall versus Kai buttons could be such a big deal. The Vapor Thrust, once again, just going up into the disc. Oh, nice! Caught the roll with the YRC Fireball there. Hyacinth with the last stand burst, and the Blitz finds nobody home. Bea with the Whiff Punish 5k. Going up 4-3 right now.
Would have been a misinput there. Maybe. It's a very interesting blitz decision to just go for a run-up blitz. So
It's yeah, it's brave, I think I would say.
I don't know. What is there a type of melee input you could sort of accidentally press two buttons a bit too fast?
No, not really. Nothing on my mind anyways. It's like maybe a run up S-Disc YRC, but we haven't really seen Hyacinth represent that.
Right.
So I feel like she's just kind of going up and hoping to catch a mid.
Fair enough.
Nice Vapor Thrust. Oh no, and the burst a little bit too far for Hyacinth, but the hairpin knockdown, getting something here. Can't set up the disc after that double roll, didn't have enough time. Knew it, knew Bea knows it. We got a little bit of a full screen game here.
Ooh. Big low crush there, gonna go for the double. However, doesn't quite finish off the damage just yet, but has a pretty good life lead to work with here.
Nice.
The air throw, denying the approach, but still these blitzes from Hyacinth have been so on point. Doesn't get the punish on the burst. I think thankfully it was a gold burst, so difficult to punish. Does get the bad moon ender, but JH is a little too high in the sky, and that's going to be the correct turn take or turn steal from Bea here as
Nice.
this is for the sky with that 2H, and that is going to be set point here for Bea.
Set point for Bea. Something you may have not noticed about that round, Hyacinth gave the hairpin up early, and then Bea just made sure that it never came back on screen. And taking that anti-air away from Milia makes the matchup a lot harder against Kai. So
Yeah.
that's kind of a big game plan against anyone versus Milia, right? Is like, keep that hairpin off screen, don't let them have the anti-air tool. And Bea with some very good momentum right now, hairpin or not, just basically one touch for the win and gets it with Stunned Edge YRC. Bea taking it 5-3. Solid. Great stuff. Good set.
So it's such a shame towards the very end there, not hitting the FD break. We saw that the reason Hyacinth got hit by the Stunned Edge was just going straight into that run break and getting hit by a Raw. So unfortunate way to go out, but in the end, Bea just had so much control of the situation. You mentioned already just keeping the pin off screen, but even towards the very end, we even saw Bea get very, very comfortable. Now just starting to weave in some of these like slow walk-ups into throws as I think Hyacinth's mental was completely stacked on all the options that Bea might leverage. So yeah, good recovery in the end there.
Yeah, awesome stuff by Bea, just keeping it solid. It definitely, like, playing Milia is kind of, it can be tricky in a long set just because, you know, if anyone starts picking up onto your habits and then they start answering that, and answering that on Milia is like 20 to 30%, it's tricky, but great stuff to both players here.
Yeah. Still though, the Kai action does not stop here. We got Flow State versus Zri, and if I'm not mistaken, Zri used to play Mei, excuse me.
Yeah, Zuri was playing Mei. Zuri graduated Rookie Roman Cancel as a Mei player, so I'm very surprised to see the Faust here. But character swap's not uncommon for Rookie Roman Cancel graduates, I guess you could say.
Ooh, that might have been a little execution error there. I think that was definitely supposed to be a heavy Vapor Thrust rather than heavy Stun Edge. But we can see, indeed, Flow State able to leverage some of these RC Stun Edge situations. Air to air, but the Goober is there to cover for the approach.
Oh, the bomb pull into the 5 pull. Nice recovery. Bomb saving Zuri there, and the Meteor's doing a little bit more of an assist. Nice life difference here, and the J2K beating out Stun Dipper. Flow State with a very brave burst here, but the YRC actually making a strong position for her.
Ooh. Tree believing in that.
nope.
It might have been an overhead coming, but the 2K there, Preston, after the pogo stick, I think when you see the Faust mounted up on the scalpel, lows are not what you want to be using.
Yeah, and like we said for the last set, like high 6P, such a good button. Probably beats out going my way, but very close round there by Flow State. And the poison right now adding up for Zuri. Wrong
Good
pogo
extension.
position here. Just goes in for the empty throw.
A little tomahawk
50 meter.
action like that. YRC
Nice.
off the door for the air throw. There's the bomb, able to catch Flow
no.
State at the very tail end. Down to that last hit. Okay, excuse me. 1-2 hits. And there
Nice
is the
6P.
devious 6P. The swipe to the skies. Shree taking that first game.
Yeah. We've seen Flow State get caught by 2 bombs alone in that first set, and that's kind of, you know, like, part of the Faust matchup is reacting to the buttons that the Faust player is gonna throw, or the items, because, like, the Faust player also needs to make the most of the button situation, but you have to sort of start looking at what's the item coming out, how do I get away from it, how do I get, or, like, how do I block it, when do I block it, that kind of thing.
Right.
But, I mean, Kai versus Faust, it's gonna be a game of strong neutral.
And I think,
the Oki's
unfortunately
having-
for Flow State, is that Faust's neutral can be played out a little better, and his up close game is also equally scary, as he can leverage some really crazy mix, especially getting a little more hectic depending on what items he has on the screen at the time.
Right. Oh, the 2K low. So we get a little bit of a pogo combo here, but the consolation donut. Let's stay caught blocking too long, gets thrown. We got the bomb out here, and she gatlings into it again! Nice pickup by Zuri to take another round.
Lean confirm, unfortunately, yeah. The bombs and some of these Faust projectiles not disappearing on hit is something that is can frustrate a lot of people who are starting out and playing against Faust, who think like, oh wow, that was a really good low profile actually. Able to avoid the
That's so cool.
Jacko bomb. Yeah, typically it's the play you see from Faust who crawls under it, but yeah, for Kai to be able to also go for that option is it's really marvelous.
Yeah,
Stun edge is the golden
Stun
hammer.
Dipper. Oh my goodness. What a good negate. We'll stay playing a little bit around that far slash range right now. Zuri just going in for the attack.
Boing.
And getting a whole lot of meter for the forward advancing press here. Used it on the RC, but Tensionpul's still going to be pretty good as long as we let this go for another couple of seconds. And the little guy assisting in the corner here couldn't get the hack and slash because of the 4th hit.
Very unfortunate. Not to spend that meter, but there's the blitz, able to get that level 1 charge. The overhead connects him to 6 HS, pushing them all the way to the corner. Big donuts, and that is a massive life recovery that Flow State does not want to see at this disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage,
get the
and it's
mic
also... Oh!
All
Shell
right,
game,
second one.
what's the call? I think
Second
it's 3... Yeah!
Fuck.
Alright, well, Zuri going up 2-0 there.
What a very nice. Yeah, it's a tricky one here because we see Flow State trying to do the Kai thing. It's like I am the neutral character. Let me neutral, but some of these normals that Faust has is just very hard to compete with. Just like that, the far slash. It doesn't lead to a whole lot, but my goodness, just the slight pokes he puts out, then going into item cancels and pushing you ever so slowly towards the corner. It's a very devious situation and tricky for Kai to deal with.
Yeah, Faust, once again, one of those characters that's kind of more Kai than Kai. Kai's got a good fireball game going. But when it comes to the range, the disjointed sword hurtbox doesn't really help a lot against all the Faust range buttons, like far slash, scalpel. Even 5K just kind of goes far. But Flow State with a strong position in the corner right now. And gets the throw. No meter to work with. Goes for the throw again with Street Fighter. Flow State getting around on the board.
Okay, maybe a chance finally for Flow State to actually extend that beyond just a round on the board, but the game on the scoreboard itself has burst available. Both players Has to watch out for the Trishula, but gets clipped out anyways. And the oil slick hits the field once more. The stun dipper barely coming out in time before being slowed down. But still, it doesn't stop Faust from pressing some of these glorious buttons, as unfortunately Flow State keeps running into it. No oil slick, but the paper bag running into it and just pushing into the corner of the hack and slash. And we're gonna have to burst here. That might have been a bit too heroic for a burst, as the hack and slash once again.
Yeah, nothing worked out for that burst for Flow State. Like, the burst came out, and then it was just hack and slash, bomb bag, hack and slash. Getting knocked down with the weight here. Flow State maybe thinking about wishing they had that burst right about now. Zuri getting the bomb out, mashes out, but once again, you gotta respect that bomb. A second bomb is out. Thankfully, Tech's a little bit late on it. Meteor's gonna be coming out, but Zuri throw negating the situation, but not really improving it.
Oh.
2D
Man,
grinder
really
and the little guy
unfortunate.
interrupts. That's so sad.
Yeah, it was going to be such a good grinder setup as well, but no, denied by a little tag team action. Still though, Flow State not deterred, able to set up 2 seals. Keeping the pressure rather light, does find a counter hit here, but the run up 5k, Zuri hoping for some kind of jump. The 2k was looking to be thrown out, but the ground throw was going to stop that. 2p match, no 5d setup, going my way. Burst is available here for Flow State. Can she find an opportunity to let it go? The 2k not getting punished out, but down to the last pixel.
Yeah, 25 meter for Flow State. Has to think about something. Stun edge YRZ, but didn't have the full touch. Zuri at least has a gold burst here, but buttons collide and Flow State gets a game on the board.
I have not seen that slowdown in forever. Oh my goodness. Very, very clutch there by Flow State. And she's able
I didn't
to
know who
put
was going
one
to
on
get
the...
that.
I saw the J2K startup. I felt like it had to be the far slash there. If it was J2K, then this game is truly, like, doomed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Out of Gruber.
Let's take in some pressure here. Zuri just doing a whole bunch of normal blocking right now, not being too complicated with it. Willing to wait it out, but Flow State gets a nice combo here. Oh, the stun edge went OTG on accident, and Zuri making the most of the situation.
Yeah,
First, bring it back to mid-screen, though.
See a few pokes while the black hole drags you away, trying to move on forward with the pogo. The RC coming in a little too late there, and that's going to be the burst as both players are relatively equal. Okay, pushes it into... Some of these things are just not like... are working out / not working out, because the door hit into the poison was cool, but the door does send them full screen and gives you a little opportunity to set up some more items. Good block on the Greed Sever. Still doesn't stop Flow State, as we see Zuri with a panic, but ends up putting himself back to the corner anyways.
Oh! Nice RC by Flow State. Got the 50 meter just before that touch. Closing out the round with it. Looking to make it 2-2 here. Oh, and J2K is such a button for Faust. Like, the way it's a dive kick and it's got that little hurt box on the end of it. It's, and it's like plus or whatever. It's
Plus
bad.
a billion, yeah. It's the most non-dive kick dive kick.
Ooh! Dr.
Oh
Copter's
my god,
working
chip
out.
damage!
That's so much risk.
You had to FD that, oh my god.
I didn't know it did that much risk. That was crazy.
Yeah, it's like, I think we're so used to actually it being used in combo where it quickly propels the opponent outside of the hitboxes. Whereas when you actually block all those hits, then yeah, you can see that risk gauge crank up real fast.
Let's stay keeping a good position here.
Oh!
Throw has 25 meter for a YRC. Just goes for Greed Sever and the Blitz connected, but Zuri couldn't get the attack to land. Flow State makes it 2-2.
This house we are barre with close slash, oh my god. Well, that brings us to game number 5. Flow State mounting a bit of a comeback here, starting to get... It seems to be more wise on the options of what Zuri likes to deploy here, but we see all the goobers on the field. The mash out does get clipped out. We do find that close slash, the burst, pushed away. Unfortunately, getting clipped by the very tail end of the trampoline scalpel pull.
Awesome hit. Yeah, going for that, the upwards thing there to, the upwards maneuver brings the camera, so, like, the position is perfect to get hit by all those meteors. Good awareness by Zuri. 75 meter, one good touch at a distance could close this whole thing out, but right now Flow State mounting a comeback. The heavy stun edge grinder, Oki. Oh, and the fireball hit oh. One more touch
Nice.
here. There it is with the 2H. And Zuri ran out of meter. That couldn't even FD it.
Yeah, it was really good positioning from Flow State to be right in that paper bag dead zone. So though, gotta be careful with these options because a lot of times there's like items that are appearing behind Flow State where even on hit, we can see Zri benefit from just the placement. But now we see a solid momentum come out here as leveraging the RC, but the 2H OTG. However, the burst not hitting the target is going to open up an opportunity here. But that could have been a such much harder punish from the side of Flow State, the big baby, and pushed right into it.
Oh, runs into the hammer. 3 has 15 meter here. Flow State trying to keep the momentum going. Doesn't want to go to final round of game 5, understandably, in a set like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And J2K connecting with Flow State. The 2K low while the hammer holds the block. Zuri with a chance here. Donut RC on the door, but Flow State using that 2D so well. Do we have an OTG? There it is.
We do have an OTG. That was fire. That was fire. Like, especially on that situation where you don't YRC the greed sever, oh sorry, excuse me, the heavy stun edge on the grinder. It doesn't really get you much, but it does force your opponent to hold down back, and the usual expectation is that they just run the mids afterwards. But for Flow State to slowly walk up and get that throw instead, that's bomb, that's fire.
Yeah, Flow State's throws have been working out so well in this set. And you know, it's like Zuri has been doing those normal blocks and willing to just block the pressure out. So going up and doing the throw, I mean, that's like part of the mix-up game. It's just having that strike throw. Zuri with a nice touch here, getting a good chunk of meter from that big chop. Door RC doesn't work out again. Flow State looking at the situation, running out of it. That 2D worked out again, but Zuri with a nice blitz here. Has an item out.
Oh, nice.
Catches with the YRC.
So though we see Flow State aggressively pushing on forward, spending a lot of meter just to get these stun edges to connect. Doesn't finish off the combo. She's now pushed away, but the stun dipper flying in, the burst whiff. This is a pretty good win to walk away with, but can we get more? The Gritty Sever barely connecting at the tip. The chase down, finds the ground throw, sets up the heavy stun edge. We see the tension being used here for FD. Enters the dead zone of the paper bag. The most slow walk. Oh! And we're getting a little too greedy there as the 5K is going to check that.
Yeah, oh, the menacing walk at that moment. It's, you know, a dash throw might have worked, but a little bit too slow. Zuri stopping it with the 5K, but still doesn't have that burst. Gets a nice throw here and another meteor out. Flow State got to think about the position. Watch the rocks, doesn't. And the donut is out. Zuri picks it up.
Oh my goodness.
Zuri just playing some annoying neutral right now.
That's Faust.
Yeah, that is Faust. Just playing silly guy moments here.
Nice 6P. All right, gonna get the knockdown. Here comes the opting for the laser beam, catches the crawl. I don't think Faust can really crawl on the grinder, so might as well just grinder. No YRC, but once again gets a slow walk up, throw, going for the red RC to extend the damage, but unfortunately doesn't get the DP out.
Yeah, didn't get a lot of damage on that RC. Pretty unfortunate. Neither player with meter for the next few seconds. Zuri with a nice fire slash touch, comboed into the bomb in a strong position, and the air throw to tie it up 3-3. That was slick.
Very, very nicely done there by Zuri, tying up the set 3 apiece. And it seems to be swinging a bit more back into their favor as we find that Flow State ends up running a lot into these longer normals, these specials, these items being thrown down. Now the bomb on your head. Backfiring this time on Ree, but any attempt for Oki, you gotta space that right, and there's the hack and slash. Gonna be bursted, however, before a greater extension could come out of it from the corner.
Oh, didn't know how long that poison cloud lasts for. Flow State getting a huge lesson, I guess you could call it. The poison damage giving Zuri that round. Very, very quick work thanks to the items. And starting out with that J2K. Yeah, it's one of those things you just gotta be like, oh yeah, that poison cloud actually lasts forever. It's got a whole goofy cartoon animation.
They worked on it so lovingly, they wanted to be on the screen a little longer.
Yeah, respect the animators.
Absolutely.
Hey, little guy holding down the ground right now. And Felicity immediately switching from neutral to taking that step back, ceding the ground to the little guy. Respecting the Trishula. Just a fireball war for this round, honestly. Nice touch with the stun dipper, though.
Unfortunately, didn't get the close slash off that RC there, and the heavy DP not connecting. Still, though, able to find these stray stun edges, connecting against Ree, slowly but surely chipping away at their health. Ooh, I think that misinput kind of worked out in their favor. Here comes the grinder. No, Opsa just tried to set up the air seal. The paper bag connecting, but down to the last pixel here for Zri in this round. Gets eaten up by the stun edge. It's going to be a round of peace for both players with the burst available to take the lead over the other and put themselves one game away from winning the set.
Yep. Oh, and Felicity jumps into that poison again. And thankfully gets a hit, clears that poison counter. Getting the knockdown here. Zri going for the gold burst. Calls the forward pull. Doesn't really get a lot of good items out of it. But it's like that sometimes. Sometimes you play the lottery and you don't win. Great air throw, though.
I wonder what this could be. Wow, JS on the tech, able to just clip the dome of Faust there. Blocking that J2K rather high, and that is going to be a clean punish. Good patience. We see the fade away. Immediately just jumping. Faust has a very annoying little jump startup that can let him slip under some normals and take really high to the sky. However, that doesn't stop Flow State from escorting Zri towards the corner, but immediately the mash out there. It's going to send a quick donation. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It honestly might be just what Flow State needs. She's got the burst, and now she's got a lot more time to think about when she wants to use it. Well, there it is. Bursting out of the blitz attack. And Zri in a pretty good position now, just by the grace of things. Oh no! The door combo, but didn't really have a big punish on it. Flow State once again with a chance here. Zri still holding a lot of cards with the 50 meter and the burst.
Nice, wow, able to
but
beat out the
Flow State gets
IB
to the ground
attempt there, but
first.
no heavy vapor thrust going to be connecting today. We're down to close. We're close to getting towards the end of the round, at least in timer alone. 50 seconds on the clock. Finds that air to end. There's the reset throw. Zri able to clutch it out there, bringing the 4th game to their name.
Oh, wow.
Tense.
That was... Zri's air throws have been so on point. Just going for, who knows if it's an OS or not, but just, the instant tech air throws is the sign of somebody with a certain level of experience, just ready for it.
Yeah, it's a very scary opponent to have to face off against when one of your jump-in attempts or whatever gets air thrown so low to the ground. You're like, oh my goodness, what did I just step into?
How did they do that?
Ooh, okay. Paper bag, not able to quite hit the oil slick for the explosion. A little luck on the side for Flow State, and just hitting that 5P off the empty jump. And the tick throw to go with it as well. The heavy stun edge gonna connect Raw, but no pickup still though. Stun edge on the pogo is gonna lead to a nice bit of damage. Tries drops.
Oh, goes under the fireball. Yeah, no punish on the super, unfortunately. Flow State in a tight position here. Zri maybe hoping to win the burst, but nothing doing. Flow State runs forward with the 5P. Looking to tie it up 4-4. What a set.
Yeah, absolutely here, but the J2K is going to connect immediately. The aggressive burst coming out there from Flow State, pushing Zri towards the corner, doing whatever they can to try and escape right now, but she is not letting up at all. Flow State aggressively pushing Zri into the corner. It's still, due to how some of these Kai combos end, it just results in the opponent being able to air attack, and Zri immediately capitalizing from that, looking to shake away back into the neutral. There comes the door, but just opts to run away instead. The mini Faust, which way are you running? Away.
Flow State is, I think one of the things she's really showing right now is she's doing a good job of sort of being in the range where Zri isn't able to throw items. Because Faust love to throw items when they have the opportunity, but she's trying to keep it closer and not give the item up here. Zri going for the RC, maybe a cheeky burst bait, and Flow State with a chance. Zri, no burst of their own.
That was most definitely a fancy combo attempt, but ended up just hurting themselves. Nevertheless, the level 3 Blitz activating the high guard property just in time to be able to block that jump in, as it's down to set point here for Zri. Still though, aggressive approach from Flow State. Wants to keep them locked into the corner, but isn't meant to be. 6HS blocked, but immediately retreating back to the full screen. The bomb going to be connecting on both. And the air throw from Zri, bring it back down to the mid screen. There's the regular bomb, and it does keep catching Flow State.
Again! Flow State! Bombs hurt people! Yeah, nobody told her. She don't got internet.
They're not good.
Oh,
Oh no! That could've-
Zuri in a very
that was
strong
great bait,
position
okay.
now. 50 meter. Any little amount of damage could be a 4-pull right there. The burst is out. Zuri just chucking a hammer. Blood State not able to get anything doing yet.
Yeah. Oh.
There's the 4-pull! And
And there's the bomb
good
through
anti-air.
poisons and what a way to go out. That's the 5-3 finish there for Zuri. Unfortunately, Flow State does a lot really well, but gotta work on the object permanence.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way to put it. It's you just gotta know what the Faust item is. And especially with Bomb, where it's like, it hurts everybody, but it's on screen for a little bit. You just gotta look at it, acknowledge it, and be like, I just gotta block. I have to hold this. That's unfortunately the price of Faust items, is you just gotta respect some stuff.
It really does warp the game, where you need to be quite brave with what you're doing, but you need to plan what kind of hits you're scoring, because we see many times that Flow State does find the hit from after an item gets thrown, right? So like the bomb is deployed, but wasn't really ready to go for a shorter combo or just quickly confirm into a knockdown to be able to block the bomb afterwards, which ended up having her just getting hit by a lot of damage. So it's these small adjustments you have to make, and the same applies to when the poison cloud is starting to come up, when the mini Faust is walking towards you, or the mega Faust, the meteor is about to rain down, just all these things. It's the reward Faust gets for getting a item that does actual damage after going into effectively a glorified taunt sometimes in mid-screen.
Yeah. No, very well said. It's especially keeping the string shorter and just kind of knowing when you don't have the opportunity to push, because the bomb is such a fixed timer thing. And also, well, I think at the end, Zuri had a very good opportunity with the 4-pull. A lot of the Faust items are great at anti-airs. You got like Hammer, you got Golden Hammer. I'm trying to think of where the other stuff that like collides. I guess the little guys do, because they turn active once they start like parachuting down.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a lot of good anti-airs and a lot of items, and you just got to be in there and just not let them do that. But
absolutely.
Moving on here, Marks the Dragon versus Tatze, Potemkin versus Leo.
Gotta remain unbiased despite the ZF tag. Gotta do it.
Yeah, you got the ZF homie here.
Exactly. It's been a minute since I've seen Tatze play, so I hope this is getting back into the swing of things. It's been even in a hiatus amongst our side, because GGXrd has been a bit on the dwindling side. Hopefully that hasn't rusted their performance, as we do see a respectful back away here from the side of Tatze. Stuck into the corner, going for that 2D, not punished. We're gonna soon get the can opener, but
wow!
It's gonna be the pot buster to stop the party.
Yeah, Potbuster is such a crucial part of any matchup. The 3-frame startup, another one after the backdash there. And Tatze, yeah, had the falling back start and just trying to get a little bit of offense going, but looks like they have to respect a lot of Potemkin pressure, because any 3-frame string can turn into a Potbuster by Marks.
Yeah.
Nice backdash on the slide head.
Absolutely. Does it again. Okay, this is very consistent. However, gets flicked away in towards the corner. We see a little patient play there from Tatze. However, trying to one time get the heavy boom to come out. Gets immediately clipped out. Nevertheless, right there. Oh, what a bait. Good stuff. Able to get the cross through. And we're going to go keep the party going. Dash up, resets. One more time. Marks opt to get the burst here, seeing that Tatze did end up putting themselves in towards the corner. Now just flicking, seeing maybe an S-boom coming up at the 5P anti-air. Does backdash to 6K, is enough to get the kill, not quite. OTG doesn't go for it.
Yeah. Oh, nice holding it down by Marks. Yeah, you can the position where it's Marks throwing out flicks and Tatze can only crouch block and is like holding a charge, but doesn't want to think about doing any kind of fireball. And Tatze with the very high burst doesn't work out. And Marks with a strong momentum potential here. Nice pot buster. Don't see a second one though. Tatze mashing out. A little bit of corner pressure. A lot of risk. Good throw. Has the counter hit throw of all things.
Yeah, and that led to an
Backdash buster,
extension,
though.
interestingly. I did not know that Leo could get a pickup like that. Still, though, on a massive life deficit, and fortunately, you know, Leo does have some pretty nice long-range buttons, but the name of the game is his back turn stance right in your face. Tries to go for the low blitz, but still only tapped it and doesn't really account for the delay. Well, the delayed back turn K coming out after a back turn, or it's a back dash through.
Oh! Little block on the burst by Tatse. Has 100-meter. Uses the super to get through the slide head.
Let's go.
It's only game 1.
We at some point, you just gotta ball out, right? Situations are looking a little bleak. Strap that bomb vest, get in there, make it about yourself.
Yeah, you have 100-meter. Make it about yourself. Mark's going with the jump in right now. Very
Superman.
strong 6H. Keeping that corner position. Tatse with a good throw here. Crossing up once again. Stealing that corner position. Actually bringing it back to mid-screen. My mistake. And just a lot of knockdowns. But, you know, the Potemkin defensive value is really coming out here, where a lot of these back turn hits are not doing a lot of damage. And Tatse just has to work so much harder to get a kill compared to Marks. Only needs that one good touch. Right there, backdash is the flash kick and the pot buster punish. Marks
more
going up for the
importantly,
first game.
We saw the jump from Marks there when Tatse was going for the tried and true throw or tick throw setup there, where Marks jumped it and they ended up getting the 6H. But what I did like seeing from Tatse, which is a little new development, is actually going for the micro dash heavy boom on Oki instead of just the run through constantly.
Right. Yeah,
Oh,
having mix-ups on your Okizemi is so important. You don't want them thinking they know all the answers.
I mean, the back turn is still very, very deadly, but
Yeah.
getting micro dash boom has its own benefits, of course, where it's just, you know, the ever true and powerful projectile Oki. Oh, there's the
Nice
unblockable
slide
as
head
well.
RC here. Yeah, going into the Heavenly. This might kill. Lear's a little bit of a defensive guy, but the scaling doesn't matter. Marks with another round on the board. Tatse still has their burst to work with, though.
Absolutely nice, massive counter hit here. Gonna get the run through and just catches the back turn to go for a regular throw. So many times I think Marks has failed to try to deal with the back turn situation on the wake up situation, that now you can see him respecting it and immediately just pressing off it, but the respect has expired. We're now pressing, see the slide or the hammer fall cancel into the pop buster. DPRC force your turn back, but the backdash close slash is going to cut things short. Flick rolled all the way into the corner like a blunt.
Okay, here we go. A little bit of back turn pressure. Followed the fadeaway Mega Fist works out, wins the burst out from Tatse. And Mark's giving up a burst of his own, hoping to close this round out. Tatse's backdashes on the slide heads have been so amazing. Just really showing that character matchup knowledge, despite not really getting anything out of it, unfortunately. And one of them connects. Marks gets the ICPM knockdown, and the Oki bringing it up 2-0.
Definitely, it's been tough for Tatse to find the through line through the Potemkin pressure, because a lot of times we see them getting caught out by pop busters and such. And of course, the momentum is looking really, really good when they do get that back turn stance, but Marks just does not care. He's ready to ball out when that back turn happens, because you're going to get mixed up, or you're just going to try something and completely eviscerate all the momentum that the opponent was building up.
Yeah. And especially, like, nice backdash buster here. I think one of the hard things for Tatse also is, like, Leo is such a grounded movement kind of guy, and slide head shuts down a lot of that. Oh, Gigantor, but Tatse has the parry! Getting the corner combo right now, not enough to kill, but 50 meter, one good touch.
Yes,
Marks tried to IB, but yeah.
Very, very nice OS there from Tatse. Good full Marks, Kroski-kun.
Nice flash kick started by Tatse here. Once again into that back turn pressure, but Marks with the IB throw is such a good technique. And back to mid-screen here.
Try to go once again for the dash up throw there, but it gets scooped up instead. They might have misgauged the spacing a little bit there, but both players now relatively equal on the health. We do see a good opportunity here for Tatse to close things out. Has a burst for the emergency situation, but the 6HS able to clip Marks at the very top. A lot of meter to play with. RC just for the standing extension. Goes some more. This is damage is scaling a little too hard now, Tatse, but it does put them in the situation to get that ground throw. One game on the board for Tatse.
Yeah, good pressure by Tatse there at the end. Just the RC combo a little bit greedy, but once it ended, Marks was only thinking about defending, and Tatse goes up for the throw. Taking a game on the board finally, and a very patient neutral for the start of round 4.
Stuffed. Trapped in the corner, really good IBs. That's going to open up a bit of an opportunity to try and disrupt the pressure from Marks there. However, hasn't really led to a whole lot to escape the corner just yet. And we can see Marks really prioritizing, keeping Tatse locked in here. However, the heavy DP is going to come out to create a bit of space, but during the stagger pressure, getting pop busted out is the last thing you want to see. And this corner is your new home, Tatse, as Marks resumes the dominance once again.
Yeah, Potemkin Buster, every character only gets about 3 chances against it, and Marks says, I only need 2, and I can make it the rest in straight hits. Nice flick by Marks, going in with the Hammerfall break, another Pot Buster. And especially, like, Leo's flash kick is a little bit on the slower side, so when you see Marks going in for these jump-ins, it's a very safe jump attempt. So it's hard for Tatse to find a way out with it, or at least can't think about using flash kick.
Yeah, absolutely.
First off from Marks.
Still, burst available for Tatse, able to get the flying stage dive there to avoid the slide head. 5HS hits its mark. Quick run through, swap to the other side. Marks getting caught off guard. We're going to cancel into the super to push a little bit of damage off the Hellfire and get that corner carry with the back turret ready to rock. However, not enough meter to find the kill just yet. Dead angle, push him away. Chase it down, 6K. Backing away. Oh! Nice YRC. I think the YRC actually got the invuln through it.
Yeah, that funny situation for Tatse. Like, the YRC just did send that fireball forward, didn't have to worry about slide head and the flash kick catching the ICPM. But Marks again with those IB throws. It's such a good answer for anyone on Leo, but especially when you're Potemkin, you got that 3-frame startup. It's a tough thing to answer. And again, defensive pot buster, going for the JH combo, Tatse giving up their burst. Slide head.
ICPM right in your face, finds that 2P. However, was looking for the pot buster to finish things off, but in your attempt to try and clip Marks, just misreading that move, that spacing a little bit, and gets whiff punished by that 5HS. Marks once again taking another game, is on that 3-1 lead right now. I think the main thing I want to see out of Tatse, especially with like the IB pot buster you've been mentioning, is to just go for like back turn K, back turn P really quickly, just to blow up IB timings. Nice burst bait.
Yeah, you gotta kind of not leave those gaps in there and just do a little bit of those quick strings and don't give that 3-frame gap. We're seeing Marks make the most of it. Tatse with a good super to beat out the low blitz and gets the extension combo. Can't get the knockdown.
Though I like it. YRC immediately dashes to the full screen, gets the punish off the hammer fall there, and just going for 2 back turn Ps, because you see the pop buster attempt, but hey, that punches throw invuln. Same with the back turn K. Okay, we're balling out a little too hard now, man. Relax.
Marks getting a little bit of pressure here. Whole lot of flick enders. Tatse with a nice pickup on the counter hit. Cross up. Gonna be putting it down at mid-screen again. Nice blitz to stop the cross-up again. Flash kick RC working out, though. Marks has his burst back. We've just seen so much. Oh, tried the burst still, I suppose, a little bit too far.
They were right. No, I think it was just a dead-ass cancel looking for to bait it, to get the burst bait there, but spacing, the bane of Tatse, it seems.
Yeah. Funny situation, too, because usually those big bodies have a little bit of a wider, like, well, I guess it's not a wider burst window, but it's kind of like those big guys will whiff burst a lot easier. So, Tatse just a little bit too far on the outside. Mark's looking to make it 4-1 right now. Nice run-up throw by Tatse. Keeping the strings a little bit shorter. Megafist didn't work out. That Megafist may have been a pop buster, actually.
But you can see how Tatse is running that pressure now, right? Like, back turn K, like twice in a row. Too many times has it been blown up by Marks going for IB and pop busted that. they're now keeping it really simple, so it's going to be not the craziest opener if that's what they do end up hitting, but it's a lot more consistent against somebody like Marks, who can yield great return if they're able to break on through the back turn pressure.
Yeah.
Footsies,
playing
let's go.
it. Yeah, Tatsu was playing that so patiently. Just like has to be very gentle about how they get in against Potemkin.
What a jump.
And looking for any kind of touch right now. The flick. Tate's got 100 meter, but uses it on the super and the jet damage. Marks forgot about FD. He forgot. Defensive values mean nothing. It's just raw damage.
I think very much that that Tate was looking for it to just be a forced entry against Marks, but no, dying the chip, they'll absolutely take that.
Yeah, a win's a win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, Mark's getting the party started. Tate trying to end the party though. Gets in with the air dash. Another cross up. No, we actually just see the low, and Mark's again with that IB pot buster. Good corner carry here, but didn't get a knockdown.
Oh, the back dash again on the dash up 2K attempt. Marks still able to find these opportunities to really reverse momentum rapidly. At the same time, I think the name from Tatsu's side has been sort of the consistency, but you know, consistency doesn't always yield you the greatest return compared to getting these like pop busters out, and especially when your opponent is ready to punish it. What risk do you really run?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, trading the like, you know, the risk reward of it all, like it's even if you get the lower damage off of this soft jabs and stuff, it's better than getting pot bustered, like taking life instead of losing it. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Just throwing the back turn H.
Yeah, 6H looking to transition into the back turn, probably called out there by Marks, but keeps it rather simple. Back turn K, back turn P sequence, as Tatsu is one round from equalizing the set. It's been a uphill battle, but they are slowly but surely making their way to the summit.
Has 100 meter, but nothing saved you from the pot buster. Marks just goes in with the empty jump. Tate didn't bite on the DP. Goes for the flash kick that time. Gets the pot buster punish. He got a super. Just has to RC it. 5D, pot bustered again. Has the meter. This might be it.
I think it's going to be down to the last bit of health here for Tatsu. The slide head does get hit into the ICPM, and Marks is going to take that fourth game to his name, one away from winning the set over Tatsu. Can Tatsu make that recovery? We see some good, really strong moments, and it's all about that very tight window of consistency where you do not want to let up and accidentally allow Marks to get these pop busters in between. 3 frames, as you've mentioned, but plenty of time before, and the damage to follow after it. You need to have your shit locked down.
Yeah, having your shit locked down against Potemkin is like such a big deal, because Marks has been making the most of every single gap he's been given, and 18 seconds now on set point. Just moments ago, we thought this could go 3-3, but like you said, it's been an uphill battle, and Mark's almost at the top. Nice flick. Run up 2D, beating out the knockdown. Burst is out. But we're back to this mid-screen situation where Tatsu just has to get in, and Marks has all the cards. Flash kick works out for Tatsu, though.
Yeah, we see a 5P attempt, but those 3 frames of startup, and I think even part of it is strike invuln, it's just too much, or like it just blows up all that Tatsu is very used to doing on Leo, and in the end, it's going to be the death of them as Marks the Dragon takes it 5-2 over Tatsu.
Yeah, what a set. Marks just kind of showed the potential of Potemkin. When you know the gaps and you have those defensive reads ready, Marks probably landed like, what are we betting? Like over 15 Potemkin busters across 7 games? Like,
yeah, it's rough.
Just had it. It's rough for Leo, especially. It looked like Tatsu was doing their best, but a lot of that classic back turn Oki just gets blown up if Marks is right on it. And the trade-off on, like, if Marks is wrong, the defensive value lets Potemkin take those chances a lot more.
Yeah, I think the scary thing that Marks was really showing was like very immaculate call outs, because it wasn't, because like, okay, yeah, Potemkin is going to be a much slower character. He does have some really good normals, and Leo is in a really interesting position where he doesn't really have a solid air game to approach from, so he's going to have to play from the ground. He does have decently good ranged normals to play with. Tate was kind of missing the spacing on it at times where it left them open to be whiff punished by Marks, but the most important thing that Marks was leveraging in the matchup was the fact was these IBs into these pot busters, or these plus situations that either Tate was looking to transition to back turn or just go for a quick 5p to catch you, try to mash them going into back turn. All of that just crumbled under the might of pot buster.
Yeah, don't call him low tier. He's got good matchups. Well, here we go. Crisis Core. Xrd with Gadget by Mike Matei. And the captain on another nonsense name. Faust versus Johnny. Our main event of the night. The last set of Burst to 5 for this evening.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup to see, because the captain is really a big dog in the pen here compared to some of the other entrants, right? He is a salty EU classic staple, as well as making really, really deep runs. So it's a very scary opponent. However, I do really appreciate the vote of confidence from Lex to put Crisis up against him.
Well, I think especially, I would imagine that Faust, I don't know, Faust is a guy with a lot of potential just on the board. Like, good damage, the items can turn a situation around. So far, the items have just given chocolate bars to the captain, but, you know, we got a long set here. There's a lot of potential for good items, too.
I like that from Captain, right? He charged up the S-Finder and was immediately readjusting himself to catch Crisis Core on the way down, but unfortunately the clash frames there denied the anti-air he was looking for. But we can see the slow play, looking to find that 6k YRC, just trying to avoid the minefield, because it's just been, I think it's been jackpot bombs and 2 regular bombs, but finally, at long last, find the air throw, put him back down to the ground. Has that level 2 misfinder ready to play with.
Crisis Core just playing keep away right now. Like, Johnny has good neutral, but Crisis Core kind of knows that their win situation is being a little bit more on the outside when they can get these item tosses. A lot of those bombs, like you said, have been working out, just slowly whittling away the life of the captain. And J2K, the dive kick, beating out the 6p. Crisis Core at the first round on the board.
Yeah, it's been tricky. We see the coin attempt on the round start, but unfortunately getting caught out. But the 6k doesn't quite get the counter hit confirm going. Still though, coin connects. Level 2 on the table. Johnny is online, trying to dash in, keep the pressure going, but the 6HS is going to line the mark. However, no further extension, as I believe Crisis Core was looking to bait out that throw, or said to bait out the burst. 5k here, very nice.
5k autocorrect. Yeah, good stuff here. The little guy going the other way, but the captain pressed into it. Gets the tumble with the misfinder level 2, but not a long combo here.
Nice IB on the J2K, gonna get a throw, keep the combo really simple there. Not too much point in extending throw combos beyond the initial hits there, but has level 3 on the table, trying to coin, see maybe clip him on something. Air stall, looking for that Zweihander to snipe, but ends up getting himself in the corner, unfortunately.
Oh, wow. Black beat, but it matters. The captain wasn't matching. Crisis Core with the first game on the board. I gotta say, I like Crisis Core's color. It's very, like, Halloween still.
It's
like the orange and black.
It's a forbidden color. It's actually the, if I'm not mistaken, the mirror match color, which is a very weird input you have to, like, each character has one, and it's a very interesting input you have to do, I think, on character select screen. It's very specific.
Yeah. I only knew of that as like a mod thing. This is a great color though. Shame it's on the mirror.
Well, I mean, you can pick it without it being a mirror. It just requires some secret hacks with
hacks,
like, the buttons you press.
Well, right now it's a battle in the left side corner. Crisis Core going back and forth on the positioning. Captain gets to pick up a chocolate bar.
Ooh, that's an expensive there, but the counter hit hammer. If Crisis can find himself another big counter just like that, he's gonna get the stun. The poison is applied, and there's the 6HS. A very clean round there.
What a reward for Crisis Core. Getting the stun knocked down into the poison, just has to worry about a 6S, or a 6H. And so far, the J2Ks by Crisis Core, these dive kicks have been just really a tough thing to answer for the captain. Scalpel at full screen. Captain wasn't blocking. Good chop at damage. 50 meter for Crisis Core now. It really is down to the captain to just get in, and he hasn't been able to. For the most part.
Yeah, it's been really tough here, especially like looking for the air throw there, but fortunately overshooting it a little too high and just dashing straight into these hammers. He hasn't really been able to find the level just yet. 6P, but has to watch out for the jackpot bomb. Was hoping to push the damage a little further away. But there we go, the S Finer. Bring him down to the corner, level 3 on the table, air throw reset, and that's the Baka sign. Blocks out the super.
I like the attempt on the super by Crisis Core. Had the meter, had the burst, has a roundup. And so far the captain hasn't been able to get anything started. And the captain is also broke. No coins left, no Mist Finer. And 2H for Crisis Core wins the neutral game. Going up 2-0.
I think like in that situation with the captain being out of coins, it wasn't too bad, especially considering the life total that Crisis was at, and the fact that he was on level 3 Finer, so offering him his fastest Mist Finer cancels, which gives him really interesting routings, almost to the point that he doesn't really need actually to have coins to get these extensions.
That's true. Yeah, just he only had that in the tank and he never got a chance to use it, right?
Well, I mean, I think he was looking to save it as long as possible. Unfortunately, bursting.
Understandably.
Yeah, understandably. Like if he got one more hit, then he would have definitely fired the Mist Finer. Fishing for the pokes, or like the counter poke there with the 6P. Unfortunately, hitting the projectile portion of Zweihander, bringing it back to the mid screen. But there is the 6K and the air throw reset, just chasing him down. Doesn't hit the Zweiwire, see? Oh, I like that.
Nice
I like
combo.
That
yeah, that's very cool. Not a long route. But goes for the reversal super. Crisis Core nowhere nearby. Can't. Oh, actually, kept the combo short to avoid the firework. Very thoughtful.
I think he could have P-Finered though, like just wall bouncing him, just keeping himself out of range, because that's one thing that Johnny does really well and makes him very burst safe, is just hit constant hurt box retractions.
Yeah. P-Finder might have worked out there. Something for the replay takeover mod, I think. Is go back and be like, what could I have done to make this look cooler?
Didn't get the air dash JS there. Was a really niche route that he was gunning for there. However, I think he still has that level 2 on the table, but back towards the corner here, Faust running the pressure. This is looking like to be a pretty rough round. Oh, 6K attempt. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 2K stuffing it. Couple of waits, both players got to jump to avoid them. Nice 6P by the captain. Can't. Oh, that Faust hurt box just a little bit too skinny, and the captain couldn't get the knockdown. Also gives up the burst with the round up here. Crisis Core gets the touch and the RC. One round away from going 3-0 now.
Yeah, the Faust hurt box is very interesting because it's like very weird. At some portions, it's really long, so it gives you just very sort of extensive combos you could normally not get on other characters, and at other instances it's just very short, and I think it just has to do with the fact that he's very diagonal when he's getting hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Crisis Core has made like 3 successful 2K anti-airs, taken 70% of the captain's life, gets the throw, little guy on the assist, captain lands into it.
Dead angling. Coin though, able to trade.
Oh, the coin! Oh! Johnny 6P!
Bring it back down to the ground. Big counter hit here. Coin, unfortunately, doesn't connect there. It's a bit of a disaster because now he's just down to that level 1 Finer. But the 6K will find its mark. Gets the counter hit confirmed. Trying to fade away, looking for the burst bait, but Crisis does not bite. Jumping away from the bomb. YRC, goal bursting, looking to get some meter going. Down to the last 2 coins. With the big babies on the field. Oh, it was a level 2 Finer actually.
Meteor is a problem. Captain avoids it. Crisis Core is 100 meter. Maybe. No. Oh, it hit.
There's a chance though. Second one.
There is a chance. Oh.
First one.
I wouldn't.
Actually, no, I think he was on Hellfire, so it would have done the fake out. Yeah, it would have faked out anyways.
Maybe so. I know it does that with the burst super. The burst super is like guaranteed damage. But I didn't know
believe
Hellfire.
that. On Hellfire as well, because I know At least from my
rules.
experience playing Crisis Core, he hasn't really used the burst version of it, and I've gotten hit by the fake out of it, off of that super. So I think it's when you have Hellfire, you just get guaranteed damage. Oh, that's an unfortunate level 3 to let go.
Yeah, Captain already losing 4 of his 8 coins. Making it back with the Mistfinder combos right now. Bursting out to keep the pressure. Crisis Core gets a firework, not really the strongest defensive option, and the Captain knew it. Keeps that pressure going right now. Coins out. 100 meters, 6k RC gets knocked down on the golden weight. 2 of them. Crisis Core made a prayer to God before this or something. Just all the luck coming up. Oh, that's a big meteor.
Oh my god, just
And the black hole brought it down!
Very nicely done there. Ooh, interesting little route there from the Captain. It's a knockdown, has 1 YRC. Interesting little frame kill. I'm still gonna bet on the second one. Damn, I'm not good at this. Oh, he just kills off the Hellfire as well. Captain trying to find an entry there, finds a 6k. Wasn't too confident in the ability to get the counter hit confirm off that trade situation, so just opting to make use of it. But the low profile with the level 3 Mistfinder is very unfortunate. And there's the trampoline as well, just setting you up into the going my way, forced conversion. Get the ground throw, trying to run the Oki, baits out the burst. That's a good bit of damage that Crisis is pushing on forward there. J2K, or is it 2K, excuse me. Deploys the donut, trying to go for the super, but just outside of the range. The coin does connect, trading on the 5p attempt. The black hole, playing it slow, just waiting for something, trying to jump away. Using the double jump, but it's not enough.
Crisis Core asking for this match and on the verge of going 4-0 right now. Fortunately, I'm only watching the stream, so I'm a little bit behind. Looks like they got it, though.
Yeah, he will be going to the 4-0, so that is going to be the last chance for the Captain. He's going to have to make a enormous comeback here or suffer the 5-0 loss.
Here we go, potentially last game of the night. But I guess that's true of any game at this point. Picking up the helium for a good start. The scalpel, going for the simple scalpel combo. Captain just letting it rock, no burst.
Doesn't quite get the pick up there, and immediately the OS able to clip out your opponent, trying to run a bit of Oki, looking for that anti-air, but it's at the dead angle this time. OTG coin, level 3 on the table. 2 HS, hard call out on any sort of air tech button. Oh wait, did he let the level 3 go? Oh, you know, he didn't. He still has it.
I'm not sure. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Just not really finding a chance to use it yet. Well, there we go, the air-to-air touches. Can't get the coin combo though. Crisis Core's been doing such a good job of just being on a very annoying outside range where the Captain can't make the most of a lot of these touches. The coins are working out, but even with Misfire level 2, you just... It was 6k, a great way to get in. Couldn't get the knockdown though, unfortunately.
Yes, I think the awkward hurt box of Faust striking once again, because that's been sort of the main thing, is like the Captain is really struggling to find his entry, and when he does inevitably get the combo running, it's the Faust hurt box that has caused OTGs, whiffed air finers, and now it's set point for Crisis.
Crisis Core looking to send a message to the Captain, maybe. 4 coins out already. Has the Misfire level 2, getting that tumble towards the corner. Coin combo still counts, even if it's Blackbeat. Crisis Core didn't do anything, but the Wake Up Blitz has a burst to work with as well, gives it up.
I think Crisis Core should have let that combo go, because there's not much the Captain could have done there with the bomb behind his back.
Right, yeah. It was sort of interesting to give up the burst on that. Oh, the door misses, but the PRC saving Crisis Core. After making a nice block on the overhead 6Hs. But right now, 2 coins. A burst back very soon and a dream are about all the captain has.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
the Funky!
Oh, does he get this combo? Okay, RC. I don't know about that last RC, and able to block out the Finer once again. No more coins on the side for the captain. Big 6K there. Try to push damage as much as possible, but yeah, I think too close. We're not gonna get that Zwei costume, unfortunately. Still though, has a bit of meter to play with. Looking for the Zweihander. Has 100-meter treasure hunter. IB ground throw.
Got the throw!
Hit the burst bait. Even went for the 5P, but there's a scalpel pull and the 5-0 finish for the captain. Oh, sorry, the captain. The crisis core.
Yeah.
Yeah, finishing
The
captain.
captain didn't even get a donut.
Not one. Holy.
You have been Fausted.
Captain stealing at the end, yeah. Ooh. That's a really good showing there from Crisis Core. 5-0. I was not expecting that. That was not on my bingo card. And it was like...
Crisis Core is showing he can roll with the big dogs.
Absolutely. I mean, the game plan worked out really nicely. Just keep away items, just be a disaster on the... Or make it a disaster neutral situation. And naturally, he played it fairly compact as well. We didn't... It looked like there wasn't really an opportunity given up to be misfindered. Like we saw the captain trying to leverage the laser beam once in a while, but Crisis Core had them blocked out. So all in all, really, really good positioning.
Yeah, Crisis Core showing off some great Faust gameplay there. Just play the long game, play the item game, make it a problem for the captain, and the captain just couldn't navigate it. So great showing. What a good final set. After all these close sets, the Crisis Core closing it out with a blowout is
Crisis Core did actually
what a set.
ask specifically for the captain, and he said that they'd been having a lot of close sets lately, and he wanted another shot at it. So good shit. Impressive stuff. Thank you to everybody who played today. Thank you to everybody who watched, and thank you to my beautiful commentators. Do you have anything you would like to promote today?
Nothing from my side. ZF is on winter break, so I would normally say go to Outplayed, but they don't have Exert this time around. However, there's a lot of other cool games, and most of the ZF gang will be there. So any of you EU fiends want a really good event to kick the year off with, definitely Outplayed is a must go to. And other than that, I will be at Frosty Fausting, so I get to hopefully put some faces to names for the NA folks.
Oh yeah. I guess I'll plug Veshomania. Veshomania, December 13th and 14th, Path to Flip stream. The main event, Marlon Pie versus Daymendo for the Veshomania Championship. It should be a lot of fun. I'm gonna be there. If you happen to be in NorCal, say hi. Otherwise, I will see people at Frosty Faustings. And apart from that, go to your locals, support your locals. And thanks everyone for playing.
You will hit the exclamation point Discord in chat right now to go to the Rookie Roman Council Discord, where next week we will be having another iteration of Rookie Roman Council, our beginner and intermediate bracket, for extra players with less than 150 milliseconds to Germany. And then the week after that, we will have another Burst to 5. That's all I got for you today. Yeah, that's all I got.
I'm somehow on the cycle of hatred of dodging Rookie Roman cancels again, because it's going to be local weekend next weekend. Yay.
Ooh, yay. You gotta go to your locals, so
You got him.
you're following the commandments.
Yeah, there's like 5 in the Netherlands.
That rocks.
That's it. We'll see you next week for another Rookie Roman Council. Play Xrd. You better play Xrd.
Play
You gotta
Blaze
play Xrd. No, don't do that one.
I gotta play Blaze Blue.
Bye.
Bye.